Hello and welcome. Hope you're all doing very well. A little bit later than I anticipated, but I'm here. As always, why not put down in the comments below what you're working on this evening, building, painting, whatever. Try and get the comments up. Hello Evan, how are you doing? Just getting the... I might be a bit quieter than I usually am because I've been making videos all day. So I'll just pin that. Hello Maxim, how are you doing? Skip the survey and then put that down to that. Turn that brightness down. Sorry, just sort of setting things up. There we go. Good. Right, we are here. We're going to be building this Norn Emissary. Yeah, I'm all right. Been an expensive month. Been an expensive month to get back into watches. No, it's been an expensive month. It's always an expensive month in this hobby, isn't it? Always. Yeah, we'll be building the Norn Emissary tonight. I believe I can build it in the next sort of couple of hours because there's not that many parts, I don't think. And I already made a little bit of a start to it, but I won't be talking as much as I normally do. There's probably a few of you going, oh, thank God. Thank God we'll get a quiet stream. Yeah, I talked a lot yesterday, and I've talked a lot today. So hopefully my voice will... Yeah, I can feel like my throat, that I've overused it a bit too much. I'll be live streaming a fair bit in October as well. So that'll give me a chance to paint the Seraphon. Or build the new Space Marines or Horus Heresy, whichever come first. What's disappointing from the new Tyranids? The size of the Bible. I've found spiders in my bathroom bigger than this. I don't mean to, sound like a broken record, but I still don't really get the Death Leaper's skirt. However, I do like the Neurolictor more than I thought I would. And the Lictor, yeah. I knew the Lictor was good, but it still managed to surpass my expectations a little bit. So that was nice. The Gene Stealers and Termagants were supposed to arrive today. I don't know. It was touch and go whether they would arrive today. They'll probably arrive Monday. Because there's been a lot of unboxings on the channel the past week, it's been like over a week's worth of unboxings and things, hasn't it? I am actually thinking to stick to my plan of finishing the Seraphon videos, or should I say releasing those next week, and then the week after releasing unboxing of the Gene Stealers and the Termagants. I've got so many Gene Stealers now, unbelievable. Hello Sampler, how you doing? Hello Merfolk Bear, how you doing? Good to see you. Kind of the legs and the tail done then. Then we're on to the main body and the carapace. Pop all of that together, and then we just got the arms and the head. I'm not sure which would take longer, this or the Death Leaper. I don't think there's much in it. Did anybody pre-order the Knights today, or one of them, or neither of them? Or... or will you be picking them up later at some point? I mean, I really want to do like a Knights month for December, like a Knight and Titan month for December. And build a Titanic in December as well, like Christmas. But there's two things that are on the horizon, isn't there? there is, oh dear, there is Horus Heresy box set with some of the new minis and things and Mark III, and then there's also the new Space Marines. So both of those things could, yeah, affect a month's worth of content. We'll see. Because I want to do October, painting Seraphon, now that they're all built, and Death Guard. And for November, Tyranids, so we'll have a Nidvember. And then December, I'd like to do Knights and Titans. It's my little plan anyway. Alright, so that just goes on there, does it? Your hobby allowance for this month's already spent. Okay. Fair enough. If you see any like Star Wars Armada unboxings or videos or whatever appear on the channel, I haven't bought them recently. Like, they are from 3 years ago, so I'm just getting into the habit of not putting anything Warhammer related out on Sunday. I mean, that might change in a few weeks' time if I'm not working on a Sunday, because I'll probably do like a video game live stream. I might even do another one of these live streams on the Sunday. I mean, fingers crossed next weekend I can live stream building one of the new knights. If I get it, I don't know, because you know what the shipping and things is like at the moment. It's not guaranteed. Norn Emissary for October. Do you think Imperial Armour campaign will be back? I don't know. I didn't even know if there was an Imperial Armour campaign. When was the last one? Trying to get closer to the old desk here. I wonder if, because the Arvis Lighter keeps going out of stock, because it goes into stock, out of stock, sold out. Yeah. I'm wondering whether that's kind of sending a message to Games Workshop. Just release it in plastic. Like, release it in plastic, sell it for like £35, £40 maybe. Unless they're not making enough. They're just, it's not that supply is very, very high. It's just that they're just not making many at a time. Which wouldn't be ideal. Hey Krigsman, how you doing? If I can design a new Imperial Armour campaign, what would it be? Mine would be a campaign of Inquisition, Sisters of Battle versus Genestealer Incursion. Okay. I think that's quite an interesting sort of storyline. Some kind of Forge World or whatever, you know, slowly being taken over from the inside. They make good novels, those kind of backstories, I think. Because there's just a number of people involved. Civilians and workers, you know. I guess it's hard to discover an incursion, like you say, until it's too late, until there's millions of the populace under Genestealer sort of control, under the hive mind and stuff. I mean, I'd like that to be in Space Marine 2 rather than, all action, like, there's a Tyranid invasion and, Titus and that have to, is it Titus? I can't remember. Have to go down and then, it is Titus, isn't it? Yeah. Have to go down and then just eradicate them. I just want something more, because, the first Space Marine game, that gave, the orcs just bring that comedic value to the setting. And Tyranids will bring, like, the fear and the, I guess, impending doom that the planet is slowly being consumed. So there is that, but I don't know, I just like I like the orc and then the chaos, obviously, sort of implementation in the game. I think chaos are rumoured to be in this one as well, I think. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? But I should really email THQ or whoever it is making it. See if they can send me a code. Seeing as I definitely will be live streaming it, so, And they've probably seen my army, if they've ever Googled Space Marine army. Well, the old Space Marines, that is. Not many of the Primaris. I'm sure a lot of you have more Primaris than I do. Definitely, definitely more gladiator tanks and dreadnoughts, I know that. Those silent dreadnoughts. Okay, so that goes there. Yeah. No comment. Yeah, good point, Sampler. Yeah, good point. You're back with a cold cider. Nice one. Good. It's good to hear. I just drunk far too much last night. Far too much. So that's me done for a while. I wasn't ill with it, but you know, it just takes it out of you, doesn't it? Or maybe it's the late night. It's the alcohol and the late night. You know, I guess it takes you longer to recover. And also, the next day is not a wasted day. Like today hasn't been a wasted day for me. I've been really productive, but you're not as productive as if you didn't. But then again, you miss out if you don't go. So it's all a sacrifice, isn't it? It's all a trade. And you can say, oh, you go out and just not drink, but I don't want to be the one that goes out to celebrate something and has like a Pepsi and then leaves after an hour. Like, you might as well have just gone to the gym or something, or spend time with your family, your kids and your wife and stuff. But okay, so that then sandwiches onto there. It's quite cool. I've not built a big Tyranid for quite a while, for years. Just trying to think of the last time it was. Must have been at least 3 years ago. Oh, probably longer than that. Maybe 2017. Did I get into Tyranids a little bit in 2017? So 6 years ago, probably. Yeah, it was just someone's last day. I mean, they'd only been with work for kind of, I want to say 3, maybe 4 years. But yeah, I'm glad I went. I'm glad I you know, because there were a couple of people that didn't go, and yeah, well, the person whose last day it wasn't very happy, and I know that they probably wouldn't have been happy with me. Not that that's a reason to go. You know, you go because you want to go first and foremost. But I wouldn't have liked to have not gone and then be thought about in like a negative way like that. So, and it was a good time. It's funny. You put together 2 Ironclad Dreadnoughts today. Nice one. You'll drink a litre of water before bed. And I don't drink after work. Yeah. No, I don't drink on a work night. No way. Definitely not. But then again, I have done before, but it's just, yeah, you're right. It's not the best, is it? Going to work after having a drink the night before. I mean, it depends what work you do, what job you do and things, but and what position you're in, maybe, you know, within that work. I've had days where I've been kind of worse for wear and tired and things if I just haven't had enough sleep. Worse than if I've been drinking. Like, sleep's, yeah. Sleep is definitely, can get you. 1st of December. It's like, oh, thank you, Revan. Thanks for the little fact check. Appreciate that. December 2017. Wow. And then my life changed the year after, and then, yeah, a couple of years after that, we had the lockdown and stuff. Seems like it was a long time ago, that. You know, the lockdown and things. Bloody awful, wasn't it? Bloody awful. It's definitely made me sort of observe people more without sounding strange. Like observe myself. I can observe myself. Observe myself and observe close people around me and how kind of, like, you still like touch each other and, you know, make quick contact and things, but you're just a bit more aware, not hyper aware, but you're just a bit more aware of it, aren't you? Like before, years and years ago, you just wouldn't think about it, but nowadays it's almost like, yes, I want to touch other people and I'm all in, whatever. You kind of have to like check yourself. Obviously consent and things, you know, I'm not, anyway. Maybe you were wrong since I saw from the popular videos. No, not necessarily, Revan. I think I did get the, you're right, I must have got the Start Collecting set in 2017. Yeah, I think you're right. In a half or year or so, it's been 4 years since the lockdown started. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Sampler. Yeah, I think it was like March time. It was definitely March because I was doing something that I remember at the end of February, but it's certainly March here that it all kind of kicked off. And it was sort of still going on towards the end of 2021, wasn't it? You know, and people still working from home, all those kind of things at the moment. So wonder if that'll ever get abolished. it will get abolished just in time for AI to take all of our jobs. Oh yeah, we demand you all to come into work again now. And oh, and by the way, the AI has taken all your jobs. Okay. Yeah, I understand, Sampler. Probably will pop off in a little while just to grab a drink. Notice that they've got all the Christmas, some of the Christmas food and decorations and things in the shops already. I think they had that a couple of weeks ago as well. Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice if during lockdown I had like proper time off, like I was in furlough or something, and then I could have just done this all day. But no. Some people have to keep society running, don't they? 4th of November 2017, we start collecting first box with the Hive Tyrants. Okay. No, I didn't see that, policeman. Sorry. Sorry, I'm terrible. I am really, really bad. I say I didn't have any time for myself. You know what I mean? I literally woke up, went to work to pay all my taxes. Then I went pretty much straight from work. I went out for a leave and do. And I didn't really have any dinner while I was out. And then I got back really late. So that was kind of my day yesterday. So no, I didn't have a moment to sit down on my sofa or at my desk to do anything like that. So but hey, I'm sure they look good. Are they for you or for the commission, or how's the commissions going? Are people putting in more commissions ready for Christmas maybe, or? Oh, sorry, 32-month mark yesterday, sorry. Oh, that's what it was. No day off or extra money. No, that's true. Yep, this is true. No day off or extra money during that. And actually, more work. You know. More work because people didn't go to work. Oh, good. Nice one. In 2020, didn't I also... I'm sure it was like September I started these live streams. So it must be like a 3-year anniversary of this channel doing live streams. I wrote some pros and cons the other day of me upgrading this camera that I use for the live streams, this live stream camera. And I didn't even put a positive would be the quality improvement for the live streams. I put everything from like battery life to resolution to signal strength, things like that, but I didn't, for some reason I just didn't put that it would improve these live streams. I think that's mainly because I want to get the sort of studio thing done before I start upgrading the equipment. No extra work. Okay. Everyone is here for your hand super. Really? Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Revan. I mean, you didn't need to be shy, Revan. You could have just told me this like 36 months ago. I mean, you know. I try with my hands. I really do. I mean, I cut them. I do the little things on the side. That's where I've bitten my nail because I was a bit nervous about something. I think, I don't know. I lift things up and put them down again in a gym. Maybe that, you know. I think it's hilarious though when I see some comments. It's like you could count them on one hand. Where someone just kind of like, they've never seen me before, my face, anything. They've just seen my hands, and they just think I'm really, really fat. And it's like, what? What kind of crap superpower is that? That you can look at someone's hands and then like determine, you know, their weight and get it wrong as well. It's just, It's really bizarre, that. Really bizarre. I mean, you can sometimes tell, but only hands. Yeah, there we go. The hands are needed. Yeah. Hey, I've always said I'll do a face reveal at 100k. I've always said that. Sort of 10 years later. Oh, you've hit 70,000 subs. Aren't my hands enough, though? Why do people need to see my face? I mean... Another thing is, like, it's been 10 years. My face has certainly changed in those 10 years. So in a way, maybe I should just get it over with quick. Cheeky face reveal. Oh no! Oh, it dropped. It's okay. This is the reason why I have this cutting mat on top of another cutting matception. It's because I knew that this would drip on the grey one. So I got the white one to protect the grey one. They go in quite nicely. This should be dry though for me to clean up, and then I think I can on the carapace next, and then we connect it all together. Let's just chop off the carapace to give this a bit more time to set. So I want 20 and 18. Oh, these are big boy pieces. I mean, that looks like a 21, not a, yeah. No, that is a 20. So we've got a 20, a 19, and an 18. Fat Cavill, yeah. This isn't a brag or a flex, but my biceps are the same circumference. So, and no one's ever seen us in the same room at the same time before. No, I don't know what he's doing. He's too busy, isn't he? He's too busy creating great content for us, hopefully. Somewhere. Look at this base. This base is huge. 24. And this piece. And then 27 and 26. What's your favourite of the new NIDs? I mean, I would say it's the Neurogants. No, it's not. I still really like the Lictor. I mean, it's close between the Lictor and the Death Leaper. If the Death Leaper didn't have the skirt, I'd say the Death Leaper, because it's like a unique special character hero model kind of thing. But the Lictor is a very nice kit, and I do like the Von Ryan's Leapers too. They were really fun to build. Sorry, that doesn't really answer your question, does it? Okay, I'll just say the Dimachiron. 26 and 27. There they are. What's your favourite? Can I reverse Uno? 27. 26. Okay, that's all the pieces I want to sort of take off there. We'll clean them up, and then we'll clean that up, clean those up, smash it together. Hello David, how you doing? He does look like a... Maxim has seen me in real life. I've met Maxim, of course. I think Cavill is a little bit taller than me though. And fatter. No, he's not. I think I mean, I'm 6 foot. Cavill's what? Cavill's taller than 6 foot, isn't he? Thanks, David. Yeah, it's a nice build, yeah. Have I ever read the original Dragon Ball manga? No, I have not. Unfortunately, I haven't got any of the original manga. That would be cool to pick up, though. I've watched, I say the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and quite a few others, but I'm not heavily into it. I think I've said this before, the reason why I picked that as a channel name was because that's what my Xbox gamer tag was. And I did spend a long time thinking of a channel name, because back then it wasn't going to be anything to do with Warhammer. It was knives and watches. Nothing to do with Warhammer. I was never going to show Warhammer on the channel. Almost 4,000 videos later, do you do the biceps reload every morning? Oh, I should do it, but I'm not an actor, and I'm British, so, and you know, British people are an embarrassment. We will walk over to the other side of the road to avoid any kind of embarrassment. You know it, that is a British thing. We will avoid any embarrassment. And queues, we just love queues. Like, see a queue, don't even know what people are queuing for, but I'll go and join it. Yeah, I'd like to do the bicep reload, but I'll probably get kicked out of the gym. It doesn't quite work in a gym top, does it? No. How many of... Oh my god, this is... Oh, right. I might have to go get a drink before I read this, me pish. I'm curious, how many of you build things to actually use in-game? How many of you build things just for your own personal satisfaction? Well, I think the majority of people that build and paint do it for gaming. I don't think the majority of people build and paint for like just a collection purpose. I might be wrong on that, but I think if you're building it and painting it kind of quite quickly after one another, then you most likely are gaming with it. I mean, I build all mine so that I can get a review out to you in within 5 months, Seraphon. or maybe never Lumineth and Soulblight. So that's my sort of motivation. And then you look on the channel and there's like a week's worth of unboxing videos from 3-4 years ago, and you think, oh, I've got no content. But then you're surrounded by built Lumineth and Soulblight that you busted your gut over building so quick. Oh well. Cavill is 1.85. I think that's like my height, I think. Oh, he's 6'2". Cavill has shorter arms. Cavill, that makes me feel, how have you been measuring my arm length? Oh my God, yeah, okay. That makes me feel better that he has a mechanical advantage. That's what they say. They say people with longer arms, it's harder to build any sort of muscle on them and things. Like my forearms are really quite thin, I'd say, but my actual like biceps and shoulders and things are all right. I don't know what my wrist size is. Like, I haven't got one of those tape measures, you know, the like clothes tape measures. That'd be a useful thing to have. Doesn't quite work with a fixed tape measure, does it? Best Warhammer collection on YouTube. Oh, thank you. That's a really, really positive thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, even if you'd said best unpainted Warhammer collection on YouTube, I'd still take that as a W. I really would take that. The thing is, if I'm not building or making videos for the channel, I'm gaming. But there's only so much Starfield you can play before you get bored. About 10 minutes. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll clean this up. I like how your channel grew naturally and turned into what it is. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm trying to get some, not watch reviews, because there's so many. Oh my God, have you seen some of the watch reviews? Oh, some of the people that do watch reviews, they're like, they've only got like 70,000 subs or something, but they've got like different camera angles, they've got macro shots, they've got funky music. They obviously use like a £400 like studio microphone to record their voice. There's no way I say compete. I'll do my own thing, but yeah, some people that review now that have got 50,000-60,000 subs, their quality is just incredible. I mean, fair play to them. I'm an actor on the stage of life. You build for the Emperor. Nice one. I build so that when I die, someone else can appreciate all of my life's work. How about that? Which is one of the reasons why I've super glued every single one of my Lego figures. Or even build them like the Aussie Ark. You know what? I feel a little bit sad for the Ossiarch Battle Force right now. It's in my not pile, mountain, Himalayan range of opportunities, and it's kind of near the bottom. So it's got four other battle forces on top of it. Then it's got a Storm Eagle, a Fire Raptor, a Nemesis Titan, and then 2 Kratos tanks and a lot of other Horus Heresy box sets all on top of it. So if I'm going from descending order, it's going to take me a while to get to Ossiarch. I mean, by the time I build that Ossiarch Battle Force, Old World will have all been released and it'll have been ended, and then we'll have a new Warhammer Age of Sigmar type thing again. I'll probably start it when I get my first pension payment. Am I still salty from Techless? Not really, because there's been a few 2-sprue Techless minis, hasn't there? Which I've been able to meme about. So, oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. With these positive comments, you've got to be careful, because after this, I'll probably go on the internet and just buy more knights and buy an Arvis lighter, do some crazy stuff like that. I don't know. Because I'll get it in my head. Oh, it's for the channel. It's for the channel. No, there's always, which is great. There's always more positive comments than negative, which is fantastic, and it's a huge motivator. It's a big motivator when you work full time, or you've done an 11-12 hour shift or whatever, and you really should kind of relax and whatever, and then there's more left in the tank. Like, you then give more of yourself to other people after that. I don't know, maybe it's because in my head I probably think that they've had like 11-12 hour shift, and they've finished work, and they want to come home and they want something to watch or relax on, and yeah, that's what motivates me to do it. Well, it's either that or play a really buggy game that costs millions upon millions to make. At least my videos just work. He's taller. It was part of the Superman gig. Had to be over 6'1". Okay, well, Henry's taller than me then. He's taller than me, but he's got shorter arms than me. That is odd. You love the new Tyranid models, but old minis I love even more. Okay. Like what? Like the Biovore? Like the Gene Stealers with the mold lines? I mean, when you say old models, how old are you thinking? Like, I like the Swarm Lord. I like the Winged Hive Tyrant. Are they old models though? Are all of that range old compared to these ones? Probably. When I think of old models, I'm thinking kind of like 80s, 90s models. And I'm thinking having games back then and opponents bringing their Tyranid army and a lot of their Tyranid models being metal and breaking on the way to a game. So we couldn't even start a game straight away. We had to wait about half an hour while he while his army was a work in progress. But yeah, fun times when gaming clubs were, you know, building clubs, I guess. And here's me on the other side of the board with my 3 plastic Land Raiders just raring to go. Yeah, you said that for a while now, Evan. Yeah, I remember you saying that. I remember you saying that you always wanted to start a channel. Just do it. Like, you might enjoy it. Like, you might enjoy making the content. As long as you keep enjoying it, that's the main thing. You know, if you're just doing it for views and things or money, then I would say no, don't do it. I'd say community as well. Do it for community, like because you'll build your own community. Each creator's got their own like community, haven't they? I've always got a backlog sampler. I always will. When you collect like 20 armies, you have a backlog. Yeah. Lynx, good to see you. You just have a month for building the mountain when you get a period when the releases are slow from GW. This is true. There have been a few weeks where releases have been slow. You're totally correct. Yeah. And that's part of the frustration, isn't it? That they have weeks where they just trickle certain things and then blam, here's all the Tyranids, or, you know, here's all the knights. It's unpredictable. Well, it's predictably unpredictable. Anyway, you like the Pyrovore? Yeah, he's just really small. Like I say, I've found larger spiders. I've found larger spiders in my bathroom. He's just cute. Like, if I was a space marine, I'd just look at that and just chuckle under my grill, and then whip out my las cannon and shoot one of its legs off. And then fire up the grill. I can see why they've There are some Infernus Marines now, though. You know, you've all seen the memes with spiders and, you know, kill it with fire and things. That creature there is why they've got Infernus Marines. Well, if they get close to it anyway. I'd like to see more kind of scorpion zoomorphism in the Tyranid range. Not this. Like, I don't want to see more praying mantis with skirts. I want to see more spiders and creepy crawly things. Like, has anyone ever like tyrannidified an Arachnarok? I've never sort of Googled it. I'm sure that someone has. Kriegsman, thank you. I appreciate that, Kriegsman. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're very generous. I'll find some time to complete the Thunderhawk. There's only a few parts left to clean up, isn't there? So that would be nice to do that over December. Again, like I did last year for a little bit. Eldar, yeah. I rocked up with 2 Wraith Lords, Metal Wraith Lords, and the Metal Avatar. Oh yeah, and Metal Wraith Guard, Metal Banshees, Metal Fire Dragons, Metal Scorpions. Even my Fire Prism had a metal, well, yeah, Fire Prism cannon, whatever it is. And so like the Fire Prism tank was just always kind of weighted. Yeah, you're right about the Eldar. But at least they weren't too difficult to transport. Tyranids and Chaos are always a pain to transport. Chaos had quite a few metal minis as well. I think like the Mutilators or Obliterators, whatever they were called. I get them mixed up. Am I picking up any of the Iron Jaws? Looking forward to review on the new Giant Pig. I'd love to, Jason. I'd love to pick up that pig, but no, I'm not picking up the Iron Jaws. I don't collect Iron Jaws. I don't think I ever will. But you know what? I'm like it would never stop me from reviewing a model. But I've just covered all of Seraphon. I started a brand new army. Just for the channel, I'll be painting them over October. But it's a nice model. It reminds me of Dark Souls. The boar in Dark Souls. We need to start eating them. Oh yeah, totally. Infernus Marines, yeah. Underwhelming. You've gone from like Hellblasters and heavy intercessors to Primaris with flamers. I mean, you were on the right track, GW, with the Primaris Terminators. You're on the right track there. I think part of the issue of Infernus and any kind of like Primaris with sort of special weapons is the transports. The transports are just silly. If they had really good, decent transports or flying transports, then I think the uptake would be a little bit better for those sort of specialised units. Maybe we'll get an Overlord flyer. I was sort of hoping we'd get an Overlord flyer for last edition, let alone this edition. More legs, less squids. Yeah, there's quite a few squids. Yeah, yeah, good comment, Creasman. I like that. New card effects with crusher claws, crab style. Oh yes, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, Katachan Devil. Yeah, that's nice. Where is the back music? Where's the back music? You make your own calf. Where's your back music? Must be new here. Never had background music. Can't put background music live streaming from a phone. If you can, you could tell me how you do it. Unless I have to put like a little sort of player nearby and play it from another device, because I'm using the phone and the tablet at the same time, so I'll probably need another thing. Oh, I could probably do it from a laptop. I could probably play music from the laptop, yeah. It's just not worth it. The copyright. I've been copyrighted, so it's really not worth losing the channel over. And plus, I never get that. Like, I'm not going to put Mechanicus song on loop for hours on end. I'll just drive people nuts. Instead, you get to listen to filing plastic. Savage Aurochs. Oh yeah, I definitely use the Aurochs in 40k. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't use them for Age of Sigmar. The thing is though, I'd have to build them. I kind of would have to build them for Age of Sigmar and talk about their rules. Because people would just get confused. People would say, why has that Auroch got a blaster or a shooter? I'd have to explain to everybody, you know, because I use it for 40k. I pretty much talk a lot for the 3 hours anyway, so there's not many silent pauses. And if there are, it's because my cogs are working. I'm concentrating probably. Right, I just need to clean this piece up and then we can glue all this together. Oh, whoops, I need to clean those bits. And then we can glue it all together. And that's the legs and the chest and torso done. We can put the arms and the head on and then the base, and then it's done. So that's quite nice. It's a nice build. It is a nice build. I don't know whether you'd feel satisfaction though with this one, because it is what, £70 or so. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Kriegsman. Sometimes you can get copyrighted on that as well, on royalty free, because some people then can claim royalty free music as their own. It's a bit of a minefield adding any kind of music onto videos. In other news, Callisto Protocol has been a complete flop, and they've lost a fair bit of money from what I've read. So yeah, my faith in the universal karma has been restored. What goes around comes around. You know, you fire a cannon one side of the planet and it probably will return back. So yeah, the thing is, like, because I've live streamed video games, I've live streamed quite a few video games, and like Resident Evil, I've live streamed that past 2 days. Brand new content. I live streamed it on the day it came out. No issues, Capcom. I can monetize it, whatever. It just, me being able to do that from the PlayStation I bought, off the telly I bought, off the internet I pay for, off the YouTube account, off of all these things, it just, it gives me a sense of confidence and motivation to kind of keep buying Capcom things and supporting them. Because I know that if I get another Capcom game or something, I'll be able to live stream it, or I'll be able to, you know, in a way it makes me want to play Devil May Cry a bit more. In a way it makes me want to pick up Street Fighter. Capcom this year have just been incredible. Anyway, what kind of background music would I play? Probably Mechanicus, which is why I don't play it. I don't know. Maybe some sea shanty music. That's too catchy. I'd join in. I used to listen to music when gaming with Warhammer or building models and things, but now I just stick YouTube on and watch a live stream, or just things I can listen to. And I guess that's one of the good things about these live streams, is you don't really need to see what I'm doing, because everyone knows what I'm doing. And that's why I really like all the questions everyone puts, because I have a quick glance over and I can respond to you all. And if you're painting or you're building, you can carry on with what you're doing too. Or if you put some AirPods in, you can, you know, do some things around the house while still listening to the stream. And I don't think I'm that loud or excitable most of the time. I don't think I'll say, oh guys, check this out. Look at this hype. It's quite casual, really. Oh, thanks, Lynx. Thank you. Classy only hands. It's been a good month this month on OnlyHands, so I've decided to purchase a manicure. If thousands of people are only looking at your hands and your fingers and things, it does make you a little bit conscious about them, though. But it's extremely rare that you'll see me wearing any plasters because I've cut myself, or you're certainly not seeing any paintbrush strokes on my hands, are you? Yeah. Classical, yeah. Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Brandon. Yeah, a bit classical. Yeah, a bit of Beastie Boys classical. I'm up for that. That's the thing. Will classical always be classical? I mean, in like 200 years' time, will Beastie Boys actually be classical music? I mean, and as everything goes digital, is there a risk of just kind of all of our history and things just being deleted and lost and corrupted? I'm sure there's some smart people that are archiving things physically. Because you hear about that, don't you, though? You hear about people kind of digitizing their record collection and then selling their records. It's that classic comment, you know, in the future, you won't own anything. And you see that in video games as well, don't you? Where you buy discs and most of the game isn't even on the disc. It's sort of like a download. Right, these. Will I play Space Marine 2? Yeah, definitely, yeah. I hope they send me a code. I should really be a bit proactive and email them. Apparently it's like winter release. So I don't know whether that's this year or February next year. I mean, it better come out before the Tomb Raider collection, because otherwise I'll be playing with Lara. I'll be playing Lara more than I'll be playing Space Marine, I'll tell you that. I played Tomb Raider before I was into Warhammer. Sea shanties, yeah. Like from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. As I say, I'd join in. Oh, okay. Thank you, New Gamer. Yeah, I really do like building. I like painting the least, then gaming, then collecting, then building. Because if I like collecting more than I like building, I'd have more unbuilt models than built, because I would have collected like the boxes and things, and in my hoarder collecting brain I would think, oh, I've got it, I've collected it. But in my kind of building brain, I think I don't actually have it until I've built it. But then in some other people's brains, they might think you don't truly have a collection unless it's all painted. And we're not just talking 3 base colours, we're talking, you know, battle ready, or even, yeah, battle ready, parade ready. I don't know what it is. I think part of it is I like, yeah, it's all plastic, it's all resin, whatever. But I like getting a new model that I've never built before, like this one. And looking at the new parts and looking at how it all goes together, and you know, yeah, no, mold lines do not keep me up at night. That's why I sleep with a file under my pillow. I wake up and just be just doing that motion. Grandpa music. Blue Moon Plasters. Okay. Well, you can no longer get the Tyranid rules anyway on the app, which is very, very sad. Good, yes, archive everything, yeah. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I know that you're not alone as well. I know that there are people that don't count anything as not painted as actually existing, which is an odd one. Because you could quite easily take longer building a Titan than painting it. So if the time invested in building something far outweighs the time painting it, it's and then, like I say, like, what classifies as painting it? Because that could be quite a personal sort of view, really. Is it painted to your quality, to your standards, and what amounts to your standards? Like, or is it painted to my standards, which I think are already too high anyway, and that's probably the reason why I don't paint that much. But if I encountered something like that, and like there was a need, a must for it to be painted, and somebody else put that kind of restriction on me, then I would be well within my right to counter that by painting it to my standard. So if their restriction or criteria was it's got to be painted, then I'm allowed to put my criteria on 3 colours so it's painted. Because otherwise then it becomes like it's all on the other person, and that's a bit too invasive, I think. I think if your collection is based on someone else's like criteria or quality or whatever, then can you really say it's your own collection anymore? And then you look at the motivations of why people build or why people paint or why people half finish models, and you know, look at all the there's lots of factors outside of their own motivations to getting to the stages where they are with the models. Obviously everybody knows my situation. I buy everything that I possibly can that's new and try and unbox it and review it while making daily content while working 2 jobs. So it's and this is from a person that likes painting the least. But someone else's motivation might be that they're just not good at painting, or they just don't have the time because they've got 3 or 4 kids or something, I don't know, or they've got elderly relative or something, so they have to care for them, or I don't know. There's lots of. I think it's very personal. I think, which is a good thing about the hobby, because it means that, you know, it's up to you to get your enjoyment out of it. And I would always hope that the community supports that in any form. And it doesn't just have to be like the painting or the building or helping people with rules. It can also be like the lore, and helping people where to start with a new army. I was lucky in that my best friend got me into the hobby. So I didn't like go to a club, or I didn't go into a Games Workshop store and was seized upon by biased workers and Ten Commandments and, you know, things, business practice, things like that. I was lucky that my introduction to the hobby came from someone I liked and admired and respected their opinion of, rather than somebody that had an ulterior motive, like an influencer, like a paid shill, like a, you know, whatever, like a corporate body. It came from like someone that had a genuine interest in the hobby, and I hope that that comes out from me. Yeah, obviously there's like an affiliate link and, you know, crystal code and things, but most people don't use those. And that's not why I do it. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I just went off on one. Yeah, definitely. What do I think of the new layout of the 10th edition codexes? Codex Kriegsman. We've only had one. You can't really say all of them or more than one yet. We've only had one, but if they're all going to be the same as that, which I really think they will, yeah, I'm not a big fan. They're copy and pasting a lot. They're cutting content. It's becoming more of a pay £35 to get the code so that you've got access to the rules that were free yesterday. And I really dislike that. If you make the codexes good enough, people will buy them. They've already written the rules for the codexes. You just have to copy and paste them to the app. The only thing you have to do that will cost Games Workshop a bit of extra money is just update it now and again. And if you write good rules and balanced rules to begin with, you don't need to update it that much. Yeah, I'm all for having free rules for a game system where you're going out there and you're spending almost £40 on a mini. I mean, my situation might be a bit different than other people's situation in that, of course, I've purchased a lot of different armies. I know people buy a lot of models for their main army, but for me to go out and get every single £35 codex You know, that's like a Titan. That's a couple of new armies. It's a lot to kind of invest in. Anyway, I keep going off on these tangents, don't I? But they're good questions. I really, yeah, I like these thought-provoking questions. I hope my answers don't seem sort of too negative. I'm very, I'm very blunt. I'm very to the point, aren't I? Yeah, that sucked, Grigson. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah. Is prep time building or painting? What on earth is prep time? I just think if you're building, it's not prep. I mean, is building prep time for painting? Is painting prep time for playing? Is playing prep time for losing? I mean, nah. Prep is going out to work, earning money, paying taxes, to then buy the miniature. Once you bought the miniature, everything is hobby time. Opening the box, getting that fresh smell, doing any unboxings, cutting it off the sprue, putting it together. It's all part of the hobby. Games Workshop say so. Build, paint, collect, game. Four big things. Prep isn't mentioned in any of them. It's the four main things. He played against a Space Wolf player once. Most of his models was legs glued to bases. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Brandon, did you have fun? Like, I'm not supporting that, because I've never played a game with completely unbuilt models. Like, that is my limit. If you're playing games with unbuilt models, you might as well just be drawing cardboard cutouts and having them on the table. Because what is the difference? When I game, I'd like to game with painted minis. And at the very least, all the models would have to be built, at the very least. But I don't game much. You know, I talk about the rules because I think, you know, because I probably got the codex, and I think that's important. You know, especially if you don't have the codex, or you don't have, like, these Tyranid reviews that are coming up. If you like the model, you've no longer got access to those free rules anymore. So how are you going to get the rules? Other than that other website. But you see what I mean? If you watch my review, then I can at least talk about the rules a little bit in one place, you see. So. There's nothing better than to spell two correctly. Better than two well-painted armies on the table. Yeah, for you. For other people, probably not. You know, I know plenty of people that would rather read a very good Warhammer novel than go down to a Games Workshop and mingle with fellow hobbyists and get absolutely smashed by a Chaos Demon army. Where's the fun in that? There's so many, not many, but there's a lot of gamers that just take it too far. Like, when you get absolutely crushed and you're not having fun, like, I don't think it's worth it. If you're both not having fun, what's the point? Like, if you're getting absolutely crushed or you're crushing someone else, and I'm not the only, say, YouTuber to say this, there's just no point. It sort of puts you off if you keep getting crushed. And also, I've heard stories of people kind of bearing grudges with people that have crushed them. I've heard of stories where people will go out and buy 4 Telemon Dreadnoughts because they got crushed. I mean, yeah, it's that bad that you can have games. And that's the key word. It's a game. You know, they've had such bad games that they've gone out and they've spent so much money to possibly beat the other player. So no, I don't think it's the best thing. I think it can harbour other things, really. But that's the same for like collecting and building though as well. Like, you could get into a oh, that's quite a nice piece. How that goes together. Sorry, I'm off on a bit of a tangent. There we go. Ah, very cool. I like that. That's a big thorax, like that. Data sheet and codex lore needs to be separate, possibly. 3D print what? You've just put 3D print it. You haven't put 3D print exactly. You haven't sent me any links, and you won't, because nobody ever does. The weak ones that say 3D print this or 3D print that, they never send me any links. They never cough up. They've got no minerals down there. It's it's embarrassing, to be fair. Whenever anyone mentions 3D print, I've got access to a 3D printer, so conversation over pretty much. But I choose not to. Why? Because I know that at the end of the day, there's a real person designing these things and sculpting these things. And you know what? I like to pay people for their work, you know. And I really don't have the time or the money or anything like that to sit and have 3 things printed. And what you're going to have, you're going to be left with an army of 3D printed models that are worth 0. Whereas I'm sat here with my collection and it's just going up and up and up in value all the time. But your electric bill is going up and up and up. Don't get me wrong, 3D printing is good in some aspects. You know, like for parts or kits that you can't get hold of anymore, I think it's very useful. But to completely replace things, no. Like, and this is why I get sort of quite frustrated with Forge World, really, and not making new Titan weapons, because I just know that people that can afford Titans possibly can get 3D printers and computers and things like that. And you know, I know that they only have so much patience, and before long they will just 3D print their own Titan weapons, you know, which is fine. But Forge World should have released them before that happened. I mean, it's a loss. It's a loss of revenue. It's a loss of work that they could be doing. They could be, you know, they've actually made some weapons, haven't they? You see, for Titanicus. So, You had stakes. You had stakes better than well-painted armies. Oh, the thing is, right? I could paint armies, and when I say paint, there's no way I'm painting them to your standard. I'll paint them to my standard, thank you. And when I paint them, I'll do 3 colours. And the thing is, the end result is those painted armies with 3 colours are still going in my shoebox under my bed once they're painted. So what's the point? Like, 3 colours, I'm not going to have them on display. And I'm certainly not going to review them with 3 colours. So see you around. Links, yep. Bye bye. Yeah, that's a really good use for it, Sampler. Scenery. I've seen a lot of really cool scenery that people have 3D printed, especially for like Adeptus Titanicus and things. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. And I can see why people get into it and kind of design their own, you know, items and minis, things like that. But yeah. This carapace, you've got to be careful, there's a bit of a few gaps in it, isn't there? That might need to be filed a little bit more. Black, gold and metal. Yeah, no worries, Brandon. Bye-bye. Black, gold, metal and bronze. Yeah, Revan, I'm all for painting things what I think they should be painted. I'm not going to start painting armor plates for Titans in a rainbow color. Just to add more colors. More colors equals more time. And I've said before, Revan, that my gold is not gold. Is my black black? Kind of. 2 coats with a two grey highlighting. I don't think I do 3 grey highlighting. But even my metal is Leadbelcher, Agrax and Mithril. So that's 3. But yeah. All right, okay. Let's just squeeze these a bit. Right, that's the torso done, and so now we can put this on here. There's an attention thing going on. Apparently we put the legs on first, so let's do that. Oh, they go on quite well. But I must go grab a drink. I know I've said this for a while, but... Oh, thanks, Sampler. You just said it as I... What a legend, thank you. Yeah, I'm well overdue for a drink. This is looking all right. Okay, so apparently this goes in one way. It's quite cool. I like that. Grab one of those mince pie things. Yeah, not quite yet. They probably are around. I haven't seen any. I haven't really been looking for them, but yeah, mince pie. You got to try mince pie. Definitely, mince pie and a cup of tea. Oh, it's sort of unbeatable, really. I love a good mince pie. They are a seasonal thing, though. They're definitely a Christmas thing. You can't just go out and buy mince pie like you can with hot cross bun. Not a hot cross bun, but a hot cross bun. Okay, right. That's the torso, legs, tail, carapace. We're on to the legs, guys. Then the head, and we're done. Yeah, let me go get a drink. Okay. Bear. Spared no expense. John Hammond. I wish I could have that sign for the gaming live streams, though. That would be handy. Oh. Oops. Okay. I am back. Oh. I should really post that on Insta, shouldn't I? When I'm live streaming. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to use Instagram to post when I'm going to live stream, rather than rely on YouTube. And I'll probably have that sign. Okay, so arms then. Well, I hope you had a nice little break as well. Had a little walk around. Got yourselves a nice cool beverage. Wow, these arms are in fair few pieces. So 30, 31. 31 isn't even on this sprue. So many claws. This release has harboured many claws. You know, we've had claws on the knees, we've had claws on the faces, had claws on the hands, even claws on their heads. I'm kind of like getting Alien Queen vibes with this Norn Emissary, a little bit, with these big long arms. Get rid of this neck because we don't need it. I don't think we need this piece either. You got 2 more tins in the fridge. Nice one. I like it. 37, 35 and 34 I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm planning on finishing, I don't know, 10:30 or so. I think I can do this in an hour. $36, this one here. Maybe I can. 38. I mean, I've still got, other than these arms, I've still got the head to do and the base. I mean, the base doesn't look too tricky. Just depends on the mold lines, doesn't it? Wow, the head, this head sword, full head sword thing looks mean as. We might as well get the base ready too. And then, yeah, look, the base is 3 pieces. Look, I kind of thought that would be the case. It's really strange because we've got loads of numbers around this, but I know that this is a number 57. Can't be another number. But look how many spare parts we're going to have. That would have been used for the Norn Emissary. Look at that, big piece of the base. And then this sort of acid corroded flooring. Pop on there somehow, I reckon. Maybe. I have no idea. No idea what I'm doing with that. 58. We're just going to clip these off because we won't need them. This is all spares. I think that's part of the head though, that one. Because for the assimilator, you get an actual separate head look. So maybe you could put that on like a Space Marine base or something. It's one of the creepiest looking Tyranid models I think they've come out with. It is a bit creepy looking. Maybe because it's got those side eyebrow claws coming out the side of its head. Whoa. Caught it. These flesh hook things. And that's it. That's the 3 sprues. It's a 3 sprue. So these are all the parts we just need to clean up and finish. I told you we'd be done quite quick. Let's read a few more of your comments. Have a little sip. Can you make the comparison, the Norn with the Hive Tyrant or Imperial Knight? Imperial Knight I can do, Revan. For the review, I will for the Hive Tyrant, definitely. But yeah, I can pop down an Imperial Knight. It won't be as big as the Dimachieron. It's got stubby little legs. Anyway. Yeah, it's gonna be way smaller than Imperial Knight. Dimachieron is smaller than Imperial Knight. Yeah. Essentially, Tyranids still haven't got a Imperial Knight-sized equivalent. Why would they? I don't know. I mean, is it not a waste? Is it not that efficient? I'm sure there's some kind of like law reason. Kind of understand where you'd be coming from though, because if there are Norn dominatrix, whatever they're called, and if there are biotitans, why wouldn't there be kind of knight-sized? Especially as Tyranids are like, they evolve so quick to threats, don't they? So you'd expect them to have some kind of knight-sized bioweapon to counteract the increase in knight exposure. Oh, that's broken. Can we salvage it? I don't know. We can try. Yeah, I will have a Discord chat, Kriegsman. When you say I've got plans, I'm working, yeah. Always working, my friend. But I can come on and have a chat, of course. Of course. I haven't had a chat with you for ages. Haradan, yeah, Haradan is. Hirodule, no, I don't think Hirodule's that big. It's not taller than a Dimachieron. It's just long. But yeah, definitely a Haradan. Haradan really reminds me of the sort of flying creatures from Pitch Black, if you've ever watched that. We talk, because isn't there 2 Pitch Black films? They've both got Vin Diesel in, but I'm talking about the original. Good point, yeah, good point. Because don't they eat their own as well? Don't they consume... Don't, like, the actual Ripper swarms and things, don't they jump into the pools too to add their own biomass? Pretty sure that's, and the ships then just suck up all the biomass from the pools through the capillary towers or through giant straws, not paper straws. Tyranids are not into paper straws. Okay, that's just not right. 3 films. Yeah, I know, but there's like... What? Yeah, but I'm sure there's 3 Pitch Black films that are just... I'm sorry, I meant there are 2 Pitch Black films that are just called Pitch Black, which is a bit confusing. I know that there are 3, possibly 4 actual Pitch Black films. Maybe there's 3, but the first one and the last one are just called Pitch Black. Because there's Pitch Black, the original, with Vin Diesel. Then the second one has got Carl Urban in. And then the third one, aren't there some bounty hunters that go after him? And that's just called Pitch Black. Anyway, I haven't watched them for ages. I wonder if I can stream them. I like the layout, the stages of this model. I think the pacing is good. You know, it gets you to do the slightly mundane things first with the legs, and then sort of ends with the arms, which are pretty interesting. And the head, and this time the head doesn't have a tail coming out of it. Right, so just got to clean all these arms up, and that will be it. How do we do the base? Is that just goes on straight away? I kind of want a solid base first though. And then this randomly just goes on there like that. It's bizarre. But we'll clean this little bit up, and then we'll glue those two pieces together. But yeah, we're at the final stages now, so then I'll go hop on Discord. Nice one. I do need to buy some paints though for the Seraphon. Sort of want to paint them an orangey colour. Now, do you think Games Workshop will give us a bit of time off next weekend for the pre-orders? Or do you think they'll just straight away release the Space Marines? All of the Space Marines. And then the week after that, Horus Heresy. I'm looking forward to the Deredio. I really am. I did review the resin one, I think. Yeah, this is the thing, like I fixed this. And then I didn't. That's fine, that works. We'll glue these two together then. And then at least that's the base kind of ready to be attached. Like so. Riddick Vin Diesel. Space Marines floodgate is going to be opened. Oh, okay. Never mind. All of the Space Marine stuff looks really good. Like I have to say, like the Chaplain, the Assault Space Marines, the Assault Primaris, the Jump Pack ones, the Terminators, obviously. It all looks decent. And probably they'll release that Dreadnought as well. Well, you never know, Revan. They could just announce the Overlord flyer from Forge World. I'm sure they're wanting to increase their portfolio of out of stock flyers at Forge World, so why not release a Primaris Super Heavy? I'm doing this in reverse order, just whatever. I'm doing the head first. Blasphemy, I know. I'm building a model in reverse. So these are these eyebrow horns. Brutalis, there you go. A lieutenant. Oh, Revan, I'm so pleased you said that. I was hoping for a new lieutenant, and you have made my year. Thank you for the good news. It was beginning to affect my sleep-wake cycle. That we would never get another lieutenant again. But you've cured me. You've cured my FOMO-induced sleep apnea, insomnia even. Vin Diesel plays Blood Angels. That's brilliant. Most units from the Augustus Force haven't got single release. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? You would have thought that they would have. It's almost like they're holding releasing them off so that you have to buy the codex to get their rules. Oh yeah. Sneaky. Oh, come celebrate with us. We finally released the Augustus box set. And you can find the rules here in our largest Space Marine codex ever made. £40. I'm just dreading it. I really am dreading the look of the combat card codex for Space Marines. I probably will just disappear from YouTube for a while in case I see somebody's thumbnail with an open page. It'll put me off the hobby for the rest of 10th edition. I'll buy nothing but Gloomspike Gits from now on. I would say I'd buy another hag. She's so nice I bought her twice. It'd be nice to have two pairs. It would be nice to have a pair, should I say. A pair of hags. Her in plastic, it would just hit differently. There's just not enough weight. That's the head done. I am actually gonna glue the head, and then we've got the arms to do, and we're all good from that point. The review for this one is actually a really good question that I'm just kind of asking myself. It'll be a little while, at least a week. But in a way, I am smashing through building these Tyranids. I'll build the Hormogaunts during this week, the Termagants and the Gene Stealers, I think. I think I'll build all those 3 sets this week. Got a feeling about it. I actually think the face of this creature looks a bit like a cat. It's the Cat Emissary. Is it the Norn Cattery? No. The Cat Assimilator? No, it just doesn't work, does it? I'm trying, but it's not getting anywhere. What's this? This is just rubbish. Ask Trish on Facebook to sculpt a different hag with a bikini. What? What? Why would we cover up the walking Greg's promotion, should I say? Swing low, sweet chariots. That's what I say. Right. We might just put the head on now. I just really am at that point. Oh, it looks so cool though. His head is huge. Her head, its head, whatever. Its head is huge. Doesn't really fit in though. It's not a tight fit. It can't be a tight fit, I tell you. All right. Okay. Let's put that on there. I have no idea how this is gluing in. Nope, still don't have an idea. Nope, certainly don't have an idea how that's gluing in. I think it just rests on there. Yeah, good luck painting that gland thing at the back. Yay! We got there. Smashing an oh, sorry, there's a little stop there. Apologies. Smashing an Empire State Trooper over the head with a deck chair. Okay, so just these arms to go. And then we've done it. We've built the Norn Emissary. Took 2 hours. as I say, satisfaction for this model. It looks cool, but it's not a. It's a shower, not a grower. So you won't be. There's a bit of an anticlimax with its size. Because like you look at it on the box and you think, whoa, that's going to be huge, humongous, but it's not. And it should be. Like, I'd love it to be night size. I really would. I mean, how big's a Norn Queen? Is Norn Queen the same size as a Termagant? Yeah, it has gone together very well. Gives me a little bit of Lictor vibes, actually. Maybe even Von Ryan vibes. The Death Leaper was a bit tricky to put together. The Neuro Lictor was a little bit odd, and so was the Biovore as well. But definitely the Lictor and this have been decent kits. But I just wish it was £55 or 60 and it just be the Norn Emissary and not this other alien bug thing. Why can't it just be the Norn Emissary but you charge 60 quid for it? You know, with a discount, 50 odd quid would be perfect. 50 odd quid for a big kind of hero type creature that can eat Custodes, apparently. I mean, all it's trying to do is get its 5 a day of golden bananas. Might as well be called the Kong Emissary. You were just going to buy one anyways? Yeah. It's a good model just to buy. You know, if you're not going to buy any other Tyranids. It's a cool Tyranid creepy model. You could almost build like a, you can almost create like a narrative around it. You know, for your Space Marines. You could create like a little kill team that go and hunt it, or maybe it's picking off your unit after they've drop podded onto a planet. Certainly a bit more menacing than a amble. There's a fair few mould lines on this hand though, and the claw. I want to issue an apology as well. I think I mentioned one. I apologise. I think me Pish as well. I think he's gone, hasn't he? But I think he was expecting me to live stream on Wednesday, and yeah, I had plans, and the plans sort of changed last minute, so I had to do something else. So I apologise that I didn't live stream Wednesday, as I sort of said I would. But I did do that other extra stream the day before, didn't I? And then, or Monday, I can't remember. And then also, I did say that the line review would have been yesterday. Well, that's now Monday. Okay, so I'm trying. The struggle is real. I'm trying to fulfill things at the moment. I might as well just glue these parts before I finish off with those. I did say it'd be about 10:30, didn't I? So I'm glad that they're sort of on schedule. That's not right. That's right. Silly super. He was getting his claws the wrong way around because I was reading that comment. Right, last few pieces to go, guys, and then we've built the Norn Emissary. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, I like the head. It's a good head. Definitely better than McFlyboy. Mutated. I tell you what it reminds me of. What this head reminds me of here, right? This head, it reminds me of that creature at the end of Men in Black. That's what that reminds me of. And then it's got these flesh hook things, and then It might be the colouring, like the green colouring for the barbs. I understand why they are, because they're full of like toxin sacs and stuff, and the rules are actually pretty cool for them. But it's a few things. It's the colouring, it's the tongue, it's the flesh hooks that just, you know, pull whatever it is in just to get it closer, I guess. It's not like these where where this proboscis or whatever sticks into you, pulls you into its rib cage, and then yeah, little snack to go. Anyway, dinosaur-esque design. No, it's definitely like a bit. It's a little bit like a praying mantis, isn't it? A bit like the Death Leaper with those claws. A bit crab-like. Dinosaur bugs. Well, Tyranids, I mean, who comes up with the names anyway? Is it just some kind of bigwig imperial xenobiologist? I mean, I know Tyranids, the name, came from, I think, the planet where they first encountered, or the system or something, wasn't it? But in terms of the actual names of the creatures, it must be some kind of xenobiologist. Maybe there are other xenobiologists out there in the galaxy that have named us Tyranids. We just don't know, do we? Oh, or even worse, they could have named us Leagues of Votan. That doesn't really run off the tongue, does it? League of Voltron. Two things that I'm sad that have been delayed. Obviously Space Marine 2, but I'd rather a game be continually delayed than be released broken. Half-Life 3 notwithstanding, obviously. Also Dune 2. That was yeah. But again, I'm more than happy to wait. If they make Dune 2 incredible, then, because I really enjoy the first one. It's so rewatchable. Okay, we're coming towards the end of the stream. Probably like a 10-minute warning. Yeah, I think this would also be a nice model to paint as well. Is this Screamer Killer bigger though? I mean, I think they're going to be similar when I do my size comparison. I've got the Screamer Killer nearby. Probably could whip him out. But for Revan, I'm going to just grab the Imperial Knight, because I said I would. But obviously a lot smaller than an Imperial Knight. Oh, my neck. My neck. Oh, right. Okay. Thank you, Sampler, thank you. Yeah, I should get it done by 10:30. Mold lines have been a bit more forgiving on the arms than I expected them to be. Unless all this time I've been filing away veins. Right then, so that is done. So once again, so we've had claws on knees, claws on heads, claws on tails, claws on faces, claws on foreheads. We've now got claws on claws. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Right, let's put the arms in. Do they say which order? Order? No, but I think it's going to be easier if we put the hands, the jazz hands in first. The abdomen hands. I don't know how useful these arms are, being so low on the body. I don't know. I guess they can still bring things up to its mouth, but really odd angles these. Really, really odd angles, these arms. Okay. Good. Yeah, we'll pop. Will we pop him on? I don't know. You know what? I think we will pop him on. Yeah. We'll pop him on. Okay, so there we go. Oh, sorry about that. Thank you. Sorry. When did that happen? I don't know, but sorry about that. But that is all done. Just so we get on the good bit. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. That is the model complete. Let me just grab the. Let me just grab an Imperial Knight because you wanted. So here's the Imperial Knight I have. Maxim will be very happy. Right there. What a great ending. Yep. Ended on a cliffhanger. Here's the Imperial Knight that you wanted me to show you. So the Imperial Knight is bigger still. So just thought I'd show you that, especially if you took the Norn Emissary off its base. I think it's a great model, like against Space Marines and things, you know. But against other things like Knights, it's a bit small, isn't it? Let's face it. I haven't got the Screamer Killer nearby, but even the the Death Leaper is almost as tall. That claw. But the normal Lictor looks pretty small next to it, but it is hunched, isn't it? So, anyway, hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you've enjoyed me building the Norn Emissary. During the week, as I say, I'll be building the Hormagaunts, the new Hormagaunts, and the Gene Stealers and the Termagants. So it's kind of like, for me, they're really kind of boring models and units to build. I'm not a big fan of building many similar units. I'd much rather build something like this, unique. But it is what it is. It means that I can do the reviews. The Hormagaunts are just behind the Dynamachia on there. So yeah, nice build, enjoyable. Doesn't take too long. It is a bit small. It's smaller than you probably would hope that it is. But yeah, I'm sure it'd be nice to paint as well. Maybe the legs could be a bit taller, bit bigger. But yeah, it's still one of my favourite models of this release. So definitely unique, isn't it? Definitely unique. But you know, it seems like it's a bit too forward though. There's no way of kind of like arching its back. But we definitely did build it sort of correctly. Just seems a bit odd that it's a bit forward, but anyway, you're very welcome. I'll be heading off onto the Discord, so thank you for joining me. I'll just go get my headset and stuff, but you're very welcome. Thanks everyone for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy all of the content this week that I've worked very hard on. So I'll see you in the next one, or the next live stream. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.